Hey everyone, it's Cody from KCKIT Training with a new episode of our online tutorial series. So today I'm going to show you how to auto log in with Windows 8.1. To do this, we're going to have to use the registry. And if you're unsure about what the Windows registry is, I cannot caution you enough about how important it is to, for one, understand what you're doing, and two, maybe even take a backup of your registry. It never hurts. Even the best people make mistakes sometimes, so just understand that you can make a mistake in there and the results can be dramatic. They can corrupt Windows files in your computer, you can lose location to things, and you may not know exactly what happened. So I just caution you, if you do make a mistake, we will not be responsible for the mistakes you make. We support the video we produce solely, and with that, let's get into it. So the reason you might want to auto log in with your computer is if you've given it to somebody or somebody's using it that they just want to simply press the power button and turn it on, and they don't have to type in a password, they don't have to know a username or anything. So those are some of the reasons you would do this. I've done it in the field several times and I've found it useful. There are tools that will do this for you, but one of the beauties about doing this in the registry is having total control about what you're doing and understanding what you're doing. I feel like that's half the battle with solving problems, is if you understood the changes you made, then you can easily reverse them. Whereas if you use a tool, you may have trouble reversing the effects. So let's get into it. First, what we're going to do, and you can see I'm using Windows 8 because of the start window down here in the corner. That's part of Windows 8. This also works on, I'm using Windows 8.1, sorry. But this also works on Windows 8 and Windows 7. So if you have either of those, you can follow this video. If you know how to access the registry on Windows 7, it's going to be the exact same process there. So with Windows 8 and with Windows 8.1, you simply come down here in the lower left hand corner. You're going to right click and we're going to click on Run. What that's going to do is it's going to bring up this little window, and you can see I've already typed the prompt, the command we're going to type, but what we're going to type is regedit, and that stands for Registry Editor. You're going to click OK, and the user account control window may pop up depending on your settings. We're just going to hit yes here, and you see this pops up the Registry Editor, just as I said before. So what we're going to do within the Registry Editor is we're going to open hkey_local_machine. I had already done that, so we're just going to expand it out by clicking on the little arrow beside it or double clicking on hkey_local_machine. We're going to go down to software, we'll expand that out. Next we'll click on Microsoft, expand that. Then we're going to go all the way down to Windows NT. We'll expand that out. You can see it only expands out to one folder, but CurrentVersion is what we want here. And then we're going to scroll down to Winlogon. Once you see Winlogon, you can simply single click on that. That's the folder we're going to need for this procedure here. What we're looking here is all the keys that have something to do with logging on to our Windows computer. Inside of here, we're going to have to modify 3 different keys. And as you can see, I have a key that says AutoAdmin Logon, and its value is set to 0. This is binary, and it's just simply looking at 0 or 1. And what that tells us is AutoAdmin Logon on or is it off? With a 0, the AutoAdmin Logon feature is off. With a 1, the AutoAdmin Logon feature is on. So, in finishing this example, that will have to be set to 1. And then you can see the default username is KCK IT Training. In your case, this would be the account that either was first created on the computer or that I believe that you recently last used. So this is the correct username for our account because on the computer I'm using there's only one account and it happens to be KCK IT Training. In your case it may say administrator, it may say your name, whatever the user account name is that you created with your computer. It's easy enough to change this if the account that you want to auto log on is different than the account that it displays here. You simply click on that and you edit the field. And by doing this, you're going to type in the username. I'll give an example of administrator. And you're going to click OK. And once you do that, it's now looking at that user account rather than the one before. So in our case, we don't need to change this registry setting, but just be aware that in your case, you may have to. And then the third and final registry key we're going to need for this is default password. And if you look at all of my settings, you can see I don't have that key, and you may not either. If you don't, that's okay, we just need to create it. So to create that, we're going to right click down here in the white space and we're going to click New String Value. Okay? And with that, it's going to have a field right here that's highlighted. You're going to name that default password. Make sure that you spell this correctly, and case does matter. So we're going to use a capital D and a capital P on password, and simply click out of that, and there it is, the new key called default password. So this is going to be the password that corresponds with the default username account that you would like to auto log in. So in my case, I simply just use the password. This is just to show you guys an example, as simple as possible. The password to KCK IT Training account is just password. So there it is in raw format, just a string value of password. And what that's going to do is it's going to say, KCK IT Training is the account I want to log into, and the password for that is password. And it's automatically going to populate those fields and just log you right in. Matter of fact, I don't even think you'll see the login screen. It just goes right to the desktop. So those are not the only two things we need to change here. As I mentioned before, we have the auto admin logon feature. Now, for this to work, that needs to be enabled. And as I mentioned, the 0 or a 1 determines that. So we're going to double click on auto admin login, and we're going to change that value to 1. Now what this does is it enables that feature. Click OK, and we've just enabled the auto login feature using the KCK IT Training account and the password. So once all of that's set, we can go ahead and just X out of the registry editor. And then to test this, we'll just simply restart the machine and see what happens. In theory, the machine should boot up, should automatically log us into the KCK IT Training account, and we shouldn't have to input any data. See there, it's welcoming us. And voila, all logged in, no password required, even though there is in fact a password. Now quickly I'll show you how to change this back to the default settings. So to do that, we're going to go back into Registry Editor, right click in the lower left corner, Run. If you typed regedit before, it should be there. If not, simply type it again and click OK. Click Yes at the user account control, and it should take you back to where you left off. If not, view the description for the exact key you need. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to take this auto admin logon feature, we're going to open that by double clicking it. I want to set that back to 0. Click OK. X out of Registry Editor. And we're going to reboot the machine again. This is to simply show you that you can easily turn this feature on or off based on your needs and wants. And like I said, there are tools that will do this for you if you're not comfortable with modifying your registry, which is perfectly acceptable. Just make sure that you research the tools that you use and find out if they are reputable and people have had good luck with them. So as you can see, I'm going to have to log in here. I'm going to have to type password, and I'll show you. You can see that my password is in fact password. So there is a password to this account. We're going to log in, and it's that easy, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of KCK IT Training's online tutorial series. If you found this video helpful, please remember to visit our website at kcktraining.com and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/kcktraining, and also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/kckit. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe.